What's up, you guys? So, a lot of tea is being spilled today. I'm back with another video. This time, we have Lupita Nyongo being spotted out on what looks like a date with the soon to be divorced Joshua Jackson, the current husband of Jodie Smith Turner. So we're going to get into what is really going on in this video. But first, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe and click the bell so that you never miss another video. And in the comment section, I'll drop a link to my backup channel so you can subscribe to that channel as well. All right, you guys, so TMZ is reporting Joshua Jackson Pacey from Dawson's Creek had a night out with Lupita and friends amid divorce at Janelle Monáe's concert. Now, before we get into this, I do want to mention to you guys, I did a video on Janelle Monáe's dating history, and Lupita Nyongo was included in that. There are allegations that Lupita and Janelle had something going on back in the day, so make sure you check that out. I'll leave a link to it in the top right-hand corner. Now, as far as Lupita and Joshua Jackson, they were seen at Janelle Monáe's concert recently. TMZ reports Joshua Jackson's not soaking at home because his wife filed for divorce. In fact, it's quite the opposite because he's out on the town with Lupita Nyongo. He definitely has a type. They say the Dawson's Creek star went out with the actress and a group of friends Wednesday night, hitting up the Janelle Monáe concert at the YouTube Theater in Inglewood, California. So you can see them here together. And from what I read, they came together, sat together, and left together. They were definitely there together. Now, according to sources, Lupita and Joshua Jackson are actually just friends, and they've been friends for years. Hence this picture from 2018, 5 years ago, when they were spotted out and about, because they're actually allegedly just friends. Now, I do believe it's possible. It's very possible to have platonic friendships between men and women. I do think it's very possible, but it's also possible with the way things work in Hollywood, it's also possible that it could have been a date. It could have been a group date. At this point, we don't know. But what we do know is that Miss Lupita was feeling away after TMZ and all the other blogs posted these pictures of her and Joshua Jackson. She announced that she actually broke up with her boyfriend. She had a boyfriend, Salima, who she was seeing for some time, and she introduced him to the world a couple months ago. And now she's revealed that she's actually broken up with him. She posted this series of messages on her social media. She said, "There are much more important things going on in the world right now, and my thoughts are with those who are deeply suffering. At this moment, it is necessary for me to share a personal truth and publicly disassociate myself from someone I can no longer trust." She said, "I'm tempted to run into the shadows and hide, only to return to the light when I have regained my strength enough for me to say, whatever, my life is better this way. But I'm reminded that the magnitude of the pain I'm feeling is equal to the measure of my capacity for love. And so I'm choosing to face the pain, cultivating the courage to meet my life exactly as it is, and trusting that this too shall pass. I share this to keep it 100 and hoping that the knowledge of my experience might be useful to someone else out there experiencing the grip of heartbreak who is poised to try to escape from the pain and miss out on the wisdom that comes from it. Hashtag breakup." It's just that simple, breakup. She said, "Let's face our pain so we don't spread it." For Jodie Turner Smith to file for divorce from her husband in September, her husband of 4 years, and then for Lupita Nyongo to turn around and be dating him, that would definitely be painful. So hopefully it's not the case. Hopefully they are not dating. But sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, I also wanted to share this with you guys. Speaking of interracial relationships, Taye Diggs' ex-wife, Idina Menzel, has come out and said that the response over the interracial aspect of her and Taye Diggs' relationship impacted their marriage. She did an interview on the Dinners on Me podcast with Jesse Tyler Ferguson, and that's where she talked about her marriage with Taye Diggs, and it sounded like she blamed Black media for putting stress on their marriage. People magazine reports Idina Menzel is opening up about her 2013 split with ex-husband Taye Diggs. She revealed to Jesse Tyler Ferguson during a Tuesday episode of his podcast that the response over the interracial aspect of her marriage to Taye Diggs affected their relationship. Now, this is a quote from her. She said, "The thing that came into play more, I would say, and he's talked about it too, is the interracial aspect of it." And she said, "When you're in theater, it's just not a thing. We all love each other, sleep with each other, and are best friends, and whatever what's to be, whatever sexual orientation. But when you leave that cocoon, that bubble, in his case, he's in People's 50 Most Beautiful People. He was on the cover of Essence, Ebony, being interviewed by all these Black journalists. He had his own stuff to deal with in that." So basically saying when he left the cocoon of their theater world, he was in a Black world. Like, his world is Black, and he had to deal with the stress of being married to a white woman. Now, the main reason I wanted to share this with you guys is not just because we're talking about interracial relationships, but I just want you to look at how Idina Menzel describes herself. She said, quote, "It seemed like there was disappointment in the community with him," meaning the Black community, "because he was married to a little white Jewish girl from some show that we don't even remember." Now, that's interesting to me because at the time that Taye Diggs married Idina Menzel, she was a woman. She was a woman. She was not a little girl. And so for her to describe herself as a little white Jewish girl, it's like she's trying to make herself seem small. The verbiage that she's using paints herself as small, almost like she's trying to paint herself as a victim, like calling herself a little girl. When Taye Diggs didn't marry a little girl, he married a grown woman. She was a grown woman when she married him. And I just want y'all to look at the language that a lot of white women use when they describe themselves. Because sometimes they're making themselves small. They're portraying themselves as small and little because they want to portray themselves as victims. That's my opinion, but I see it all the time. And for her to use that verbiage, it just kind of struck me. And if Taye Diggs was actually tall, she would probably call him a big Black man. Like, the racism from people, even when they're in interracial relationships, the racism from people, it's still there sometimes. It's an unconscious bias. It's something that she has within herself. It sounds like she sees herself as a victim. She sees herself as a little girl. Even though she was a grown woman, she sees herself as a little girl, a little victim of the Black community. That's what it sounds like to me. Those are the words I'm hearing. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about that. And what do y'all think about our girl, Lupita Nyongo, being spotted out with Joshua Jackson? Do you think they're dating? Do you think they were just being friendly? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Layla, Layla.